so much for joining us. You don't need me to tell you the MBTA is a mess on just about every level: performance, safety, financial footing, and a long legacy of mismanagement. Well, our guest this morning is Governor Maura Healey's pick to try to change that arc of failure, Phil Eng, the new general manager of the T. And Mr. Eng, in the fine tradition of obnoxious Boston sports fans, I'm going to point out that you have a lot of experience dealing with debacles because you're a Mets fan. Isn't that right?
Well, I'm a true diehard Mets fan, but I keep rooting, and we're going to keep, striving for the best, just as I'm doing here at the T.
I admire someone who sticks by their allegiances. It's good to have you here.
Thank you very much.
So why were you hired?
Well, I think the reason I was hired is that I'm looking to contribute to what transportation does for the economy, for the public. The experience I've had back in New York with the New York City subway system, with the Long Island Railroad, and even my days at New York State DOT, was taking aging infrastructure and restoring that back to where they needed to be.
Are you here to shake things up, or is that not an accurate
I think it's a combination of empowering the folks that we have. We have a lot of strong institutional knowledge, but what I need to do is to let them know that they have the ability to make decisions, timely decisions. That's what they're there for. So there will be some changes, but at the same time, I value the feedback and the input of the staff and the workforce, because without them, I can't do my job.
Well, speaking of feedback, the MBTA Advisory Board, which is made up of municipal officials within the T system, has recently issued a report warning of massive looming budget deficits. And one of the biggest items driving budget deficits at the T is a pension system that costs the system and its customers more than $100 million a year, creating an unfunded liability north of $1 billion. Last fall, an arbitrator gave the T a long-sought chance to, as a Globe editorial put it, stop the madness by changing that system dramatically. But in the face of opposition and legal threats from the Carmen's Union, previous T management failed to take full advantage of that reform opportunity. Will you?
Well, I will say this. I was not involved with that, but I value the labor workforce. I value their contributions. I need to find a way to make sure that the T, and whatever resources we have, we're spending it wisely, we're spending efficiently, and I'm going to demonstrate that through the work we do in terms of restoring the system, making it more reliable. Throughout my whole career, it's been about how do you take taxpayer dollars and spend it wisely, and that's delivering projects, delivering meaningful work, and the service that the public expects.
Well, these are big dollar numbers, Phil. Is this part of the problem, the pension system?
Well, I think what I need to look at is, how do we invest the dollars that we have? The dollars that were not invested in the system, that's what got us here, the years of disinvestment. I'm going to be working hard, no matter what the available dollars are, to ensure it's put wisely. Safety, reliability, service are the main things, communication with the public. Once we do that, we'll start building for the future. I really do need to dive into how we've been functioning, but how we can improve, and that's how I want to rebuild trust in the T and public servants.
We have to take a break, but do you have a clear idea of when we might return to pre-pandemic service levels, or you don't know?
I think that is something that everyone is assessing. Okay. We are seeing ridership come back. I know our Blue Line service has come back significantly, and I think that's tied to the reliability of things that we've done there.
Okay.
I also know that I need to take a look at how we reinvent commuter rail systems, commuter use. It's not just going to and from work anymore. What we have seen is that people want to use mass transportation to enjoy their daily activities, restaurants, theater, culture, visiting friends and family. So what it is about business have changed in terms of the pandemic and the ability for remote work, but there's also opportunity to use where the system has more capacity to encourage people to use it. That gets back to making sure the system is safe, reliable, so people know mass transportation is a viable option and one of the best options.
Okay, but too soon to tell when it's back to normal.
I think what normal is has to be decided as time comes on. Okay. My goal is to ensure they have a safe, reliable system. They will come back once they know that, because there's so much here in the Massachusetts, Greater Boston area to enjoy.